Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by, our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
I don't know if the broadcast working. Is it?
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Here we go. 388. Gun. Go. Kill.
On first down, Newton. Oh, that was dangerous.
What?
Throw it into coverage.
First I couldn't use it, then we dropped the pick. Oh, my God. Oh, that's crazy.
Let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman. This is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And another run. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards to pick up there.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Now Newton connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ready. 54 miles. That's what I do. He's coming.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Let him go by a little too easily there.
Well, that's what we saw on film, isn't it? His head goes down oftentimes when he goes to punch, when he's trying to block. And when you do that, you can't see your target. He went right past him and made the play.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. A shotgun snap for Newton. And it's complete. Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one inside the 20. Last play they got stuck at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
Come on, man.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. A quick throw there out to Jeffrey. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Newton throwing again. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Okay, then don't
now
break.
Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34.
I was slow.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Panthers stay claim to a 3-0 lead. Well, they didn't get in the end zone, but pretty good balance there on the opening drive between the run and the pass.
Yeah, I think that was probably what they wanted to get accomplished right out of the gate. Throw the ball with success, run it, of course, to set the tone. So who saw the offensive coordinator's play sheet? Probably wrote himself a little note. Exactly what we wanted to do. Probed it early and got it done.
So here come the Chargers as they get set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. James, off play action. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
It's cool. I seen something.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Go!
There's more space.
Who's that? 155.
To throw is James. Off the play fake. He'll let it go deep for Foster. He's got a man. Complete. It's a big one there for the Chargers. And even 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down LA.
We're going to go short.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 6 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football.
Ooh, that wasn't a big. He lucked up on that because he crossed. Oh, he was wide open.
The intended target.
Good job, good job.
Defensively, looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure. Backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled it by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast.
He wasn't fooled. He was wide open, and they ran
exactly as you described, an interception.
Too close to each other.
The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 16 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This is Freeman on 1st and 10.
Good.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I knew that's where he was going.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
They didn't.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This is Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. James taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
He didn't even go for the rock or nothing.
Intended target. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half.
Right.
You got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On 2nd down, Freeman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Wolfe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Fairbairn able to put
Alright, let
this
me
one
stop.
through. And that will double
Messing
the
up my
lead
QB
as it's up to
stats.
6. They got the interception, but very little movement
Like
after, and that forces him
oh
to
my
settle
God,
for 3. And it does feel
20s,
unsettling when that
man.
happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put on the fire, and they did hold it into a field goal.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here's James looking to throw on 2nd down. Safarian Jenkins has
Oh my God!
The ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
They don't want us to win.
The return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right. 4 down.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down
Stop
with that in the end zone,
jipping,
but wound up
man.
just being incomplete.
Oh my
So now
God!
they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again, Newton. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
You want to count that toe drag? Yep.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set down to kick this one away, and off it goes.
In the offense.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken the knee. The Charger drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Nowhere.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Hey, stand up. Kill. Under 10, 10. 49, check 49, check 52. Whip. Watch the whip. Fire.
Now James from the gun, he'll throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's Michael Dixon. As his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
We often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy and really going.
Why can't we force a fumble, man?
They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so they'll surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Oh my God, I didn't
Second down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. But now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So we've reached the intermission. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half. Week 8 in the NFL. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22. Comes the Chargers as they go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. These guys had a punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. James. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like the basketball team is playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything.
Oh, my God, you couldn't get away from that. Dude!
Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will set up shop.
We not getting no calls. Like, yo.
In enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry.
They don't even need to do nothing. We can't do
In the
shit.
first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 33.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Freeman again. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15.
God, he's not doing nothing.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I swear the computer milking the clock, bro.
Gator chopping his way to the quarterback. You never want to give up a sack.
They really use a
From the O-line's
clock,
perspective,
like...
they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean.
Yo, the computer really using
no grass
clock,
stains,
like...
no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any
block him, so
offense
I
to
know.
have an ace like
No
him.
block.
Now a hit and a
What?
football.
Let's go, man.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down a couple of scores, 16-0, as they start things out with a 1st and 10. He's going to fire one one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
These niggas covered a whole fucking field,
So now they'll
man.
come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Hey, Charlie. 55, Mike, 55.
James now throwing again. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. James on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Second and 5. And that
Why are you floating the bullet pass?
Contact, no call, and it's third
No
down.
call. We not getting
They
nothing.
come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. To throw is James, operating from the gun.
Oh, my God.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just tied in one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete.
That's game,
So they
man.
really
We not
needed
getting
points here in
nothing.
a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that
Make him fumble,
does it for
man.
us. So they can't let that
Try to
dream
knock
go
off a
just
whole
yet.
minute.
Let's
Watch.
get stout
Watch
on
the 2
defense
o'clock.
here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Like,
On 2nd and 9, Newton. He'll try and run it. Cam fighting. He
Boom, get
wants
the
the
rock.
football. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Here's James. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now James to throw again. Nowhere
Why
to
is he
escape, and he goes down.
of course,
You
they
hate to
did
see
what?
it from a
Finally
rookie
get something.
quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit
not
overwhelmed back there,
him.
hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense,
Get this tight end the fuck out the game.
you like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You
Yeah.
see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
God.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Yeah. Hey, Orbit, put your hands on him. Get hands on motion, man. Hit him.
From the gun, James. He'll let it go deep for Foster. That's caught inside the 20. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Somebody just grabbed the rock.
Knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
I absolutely love that play call there. They just came up with a big play. They've got momentum in their direction, and they come back and take the shot in the end zone. just unable to complete it. I love their aggressiveness.
And you feel like the defense, a sigh of relief, could have been back-to-back really big plays. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. James now going to throw again.
Why you stop running? What the? Oh my God!
J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot.
Dummy, like, why'd you stop running, man?
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh my God, man, this is ridiculous.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet.
Ridiculous.
For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
He's going to let this go.
Where? Oh my God, you didn't throw it to anybody.
Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little.
I said double team. He didn't get double teamed. That makes sense.
Bit wondering what adjustments he has to make, but here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11. Probably crashing the line. 2 minutes left to play this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. It's brought in by Jeffrey.
I was on
so
that.
A nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Game full of dump balls.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Great effort.
I wasn't meant to win this game. I wasn't meant to win this game.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Just 2 clock.
They run. Devontae Freeman. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts.
As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Freeman, he's been busy today.
Nigga, everybody is blitzing. You're not going to run up the middle, though. That's crazy.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. To throw is Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Carolina. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Charger drive about to get going. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened in the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Looking for more on first down, but this throw downfield.
I swear they just keep cheating me, man. They just keep cheating me, man. That's crazy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. James throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina.
And they did it
in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Land of a day